All right, welcome. Today is the fourth episode of Pitch MENA Live and the last episode of the first round of our pitch competition. Today we're gonna have a lot of fun, and we have some truly inspiring Middle East and North Africa focused agriculture tech startups with us today. Exponential agri-tech solutions are a critical sector to get right in the region as we move forward towards a more efficient and scalable method of food production, processing, and climate-friendly ways of living. And if we haven't met before, then what's up, guys? My name is Andrew Berkowitz. I am the host of the Global Startup Movement podcast. We're one of the leading podcasting platforms providing candid insights into emerging market tech and innovation industries. And I'm your facilitator for this 6-week activation of the Middle East and North Africa startup community. And you're tuning in at just the right time as we have 1 week to go before the Final Four next Thursday, February 11th, as always, 5:45 Gulf Standard Time, which I'm actually told is party time in Dubai. So maybe for next season, we'll try to do a little bit earlier in the day. But I am based in Eastern time zone, guys. So cut me some slack. I need my beauty sleep. But as you guys know, we are here for the last week in the competition before we go on to the Final Four. And you know what else is as beautiful and healing as beauty sleep? Gratitude. And that's what I want to share with you all for the next minute. Just you've all been tuning in every single week, interacting with us in the comments. And if you take a look here, we got a great growth trajectory here, guys. I want to make sure we keep up these fantastic numbers. So we want to make sure that all these fantastic startups have the attention that they deserve. If you're just tuning in now, give us a like, let us know where you're joining in from in the comments, and make sure you share this link with a friend who you think would benefit from the raw nature of what we're doing here. We have 4 startups here today that are each going to give 5-minute pitches to the group of sharks that we have. And if this is your first time here, you might not know about our 6-episode narrative podcast miniseries that runs concurrently with Pitch MENA Live. We publish every Tuesday. And guys, if you take a look at my screen right here, you can see where people are tuning in from. As usual, most podcast listeners in the world are based in the US, but we have a really great group of global MENA diasporans that have been tuning in from Canada, Brazil, the UK, Taiwan, Hong Kong, South Africa. And within the region, Egypt has taken the #1 spot in terms of the most listeners for the podcast, which we love to see, which is followed by Israel in #2, UAE #3, and then Saudi coming in at #4. So everyone, my goal for the past month is to make this mini series really as interactive as I possibly can. And I've gotten a ton of messages from you all just about how excited you all are for the final live stream Shark Tank pitch. And so what I decided to do is we're actually going to expand the Final Four into the Final 5. And so this means we're going to have 5 startups next week and 3 finalist spots available, with a bonus Shark Tank episode to be live streamed the week after the virtual summit. The 5th participant will be an audience selection. And the way you can vote is by subscribing to participate in the rest of the community activation at ecosystemarabia.tv. So again, if you drop your email there, that's where you can subscribe and have your voice heard. So if you're taking a look at my screen right now, you can see we had some fantastic energy last week when Dealzat from Ramallah was named the winner of our e-commerce episode. So they're based in Ramallah, Palestine. You can see the excitement on their face. And this is what we stand for, guys. This is what we stand for on this show. We want to give a voice to startups that normally don't get the global stage. And so it's really exciting to see Dealzat move on to the next round. You guys will be able to see them next week on the Final Four. All right. So again, guys, we're about to introduce our judges today. But before we do, I want to make sure that you don't miss another episode of Pitch MENA Live or the podcast series. So be sure to go to ecosystemarabia.tv to drop in your email, and then make sure that you get your vote in to decide who is the 5th fan favorite startup that gets to participate next Thursday. The poll will be sent out Sunday night Eastern time. So make sure that you drop in your email to not miss your chance for voting. And we also have this nifty little QR code. I'll give you guys a second there. If you want to scan it, it'll take you directly to Hopin, which we're using for our interactive virtual summit format on February 16th. This is going to allow us to schedule panel discussions and an interactive breakout room session throughout the day. Again, scan this on your mobile device, drop in your email. And if it doesn't work, it just means we're already full. We're going to keep this to about 250 people to make sure these panel discussions and breakout sessions are super high quality. All right, guys, so we're about to meet our judges. First off, we have Simon, who I'm going to bring to the stage right now. Simon, welcome to Pitch MENA Live.
Hey, Andrew, appreciate it. Happy to be here.
No problem. And let me get your full name for me. You told me how to do your name before but I'm completely blanking. I'm completely blanking on how to do it. Kachenko?
Kachenko, yeah. But
okay, beautiful.
T is there to throw people off.
Yeah, exactly. And what does the B stand for? Is there like a cool middle name going on there? Or?
No, just
we're gonna keep it at B.
Boris.
Yeah. You know, it flows. Simon Morris. I like that. But Simon is super interesting. I'm based in North Carolina, and I come across this impact investor focused on the MENA region who's based in South Carolina, who might be the only one in the state that is focused on the MENA region. What do you think, Simon?
Yeah, unbacked by any data, but I make that assumption.
Yeah, I think it's a pretty safe assumption. So next, along with Simon, we have Noah, who's become a good friend and a good supporter of the show. She was introduced me by the lovely Joy, who will also be introducing in a second. But Noah, welcome.
Hey, thank you. Pleasure being here.
Yeah, pleasure to have you here. We have a super global, diverse set of judges and startups today. So I'm super excited for that. And then I don't know if we call Noah Joy's sidekick or we call Joy Noah's sidekick, but we'll bring in the sidekick, Joy, welcome to Pitch MENA Live.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Great to be here. Hi, everyone.
All right. So I'm going to bring Simon to the stage as well. So we have our great group of judges joining us. All right, guys. So for everyone that's ready to meet the startups, let's give them some love in the comments. So smash that like button, smash that subscribe button, and let us know where you're joining from in the comments. I have the ability to bring you guys up here on the screen. And we, again, guys, want to make this as interactive as we possibly can. So I'll be looking out for you all in the comments. Now it's time to meet our startups. So I'm going to bring Yaki to the stage. Yaki, welcome. Excited to have you here with us today.
Hello, everybody. Nice to be here today with you all.
I found Yaki on Crunchbase in December and shot him a cold email. He's probably thinking, like, who is this guy reaching out to me? What is going on here? So Yaki, I'm excited that you instilled your trust in me, and it's great to have you here.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me, Andrew.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So next we have Mohammed, who I'll bring to the stage now. Let's see, Mohammed, where are you? Oh, here you are. Mohammed, welcome to Pitch MENA Live.
Hi, thank you.
So we have Mohammed joining, we have Yaki joining, we have Saad joining from Lebanon.
Hello, everyone. Very happy to be here today.
Very happy to have you with us. And then finally, we have Georgie, the founder of Luxeed Robotics, who is also joining us from Lebanon. Let me bring Georgie up to the stage.
Hello,
welcome,
everyone.
Georgie.
Well, thank you. Thank you. I'm very thrilled to be here with you.
Awesome. We're all excited to have all of you with us. So guys, we're going to get right into things. Again, guys, each startup will have 5 minutes to pitch. I'm going to be putting on a timer on my phone. And by the way, guys, just to make sure you guys know we are live, it is 9:02 right now, Eastern Standard Time, which is 6:02 Dubai time, which is either happy hour time or close to happy hour time. So that's why we're just going to get right into things and get you guys over to the bars. And we're going to bring to the stage Yaki to give us a pitch on Neutralis. So Yaki, give me 1 second to get you teed up here. All right. So I'll give you a countdown. You got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yaki, the stage is yours.
Hello, everybody. We all know the expression, turning garbage into gold. We are actually doing it. It's great and very strong opening sentence. We turn the wine industry waste to super flour and use it to produce delicious and highly nutritional food products. And by doing so, next slide, please. And by doing so, we hold 3 value propositions. First, our technology will increase wineries' profitability. Second, we will supply the food industry with a tasteless and highly nutritional and affordable super flour. And third, using direct-to-consumer platform, we will provide new age consumers vegan, plant-based, clean label food products. First, let me please introduce myself. My name is Yaki. I'm the CEO of Neutralis. In my previous position, I was the CEO of an Israeli company for 7 years, growing it from the founding to a successful acquisition. So I have already 1 exit on my belt. Let's go back to the wine business. The wine industry is not efficient. About 30% of the grapes, 12 million tons, turns to be waste globally every year. This waste is not suitable for human consumption and it damages the environment. Wineries spend about $100 per ton on managing this residue. Using Neutralis technology, we will turn the waste into 2.5 million tons of super flour with a potential market size of over $46 billion. Huge numbers. The second value proposition, super flour for the food industry. Using Neutralis technology, we turn the waste into a tasteless powder loaded with proteins, dietary fibers, and minerals, a super flour. We tried this substance in different food types, like energy bars. Previous slide, please. We tried the super flour in different food types, like energy bars, savory snacks, and chocolate, and so on. The results were outstanding. Neutralis improved the nutritional values without compromising the flavor. In 2019, we partnered with IFF, a global supplier to the food industry, as our strategic distributors. We also started to exchange some notes with leading international food producers like Ferrero, Unilever, PepsiCo, and others. Next. We will perform a pilot with new age consumers, the third value proposition. New age consumers are 18 to 34 years old and looking for healthy snacking. Sustainability is a keyword, and they are looking for clean label, vegan, plant-based food products. We will address them using direct-to-consumer platforms and providing them with savory snacks to emphasize the Neutralis super flour benefits. We are raising $1.5 million to complete the regulatory certification, start production, and to set up the direct-to-consumer platform. Our approach is to use a decentralized production model with wineries, meaning we'll perform the first production steps within the wineries. It will allow us a rapid expansion without high investments. It all started in 2018. Dr. Meir Schlissel, a wine researcher and a senior faculty member at the Tel Chai College, and his student, Yohanan Gerber, began to check what they can do with the wine waste. Neutralis was founded in 2019. We raised $350,000 and partnered with IFF. The process, the outcome, and the applications are patent pending. We do more with less. We use less oil, less water, and the outcome is highly nutritional, extremely sustainable, and affordable food source. And this is what Neutralis is about, turning garbage into gold. Thank you very much.
Hey, great job, Yaki. That was exactly 5 minutes and maybe 1 second. So great job on that. So we're going to bring the next startup to the stage, guys. Give me 1 second to queue up the slide, and then we're going to bring Luxeed Robotics up to the stage. So Georgie, welcome. I see you grew out the rocking the quarantine beard as well, or maybe that's just the normal look for you.
No, it's not normal, but since we're locked down now.
Yeah, exactly. So give you your 5-second countdown, and then you can get into it. So Georgie, the stage is yours in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead.
$43 billion will be lost if weeds are left untreated, and that's in US soybeans and cornfields alone. Weeds cause yield losses by stealing nutrients and water away from the crops. Weeding burdens farmers with high seasonal costs and never-ending hassle, and to make things worse, they have to use herbicides, which are harmful chemicals. Now, to be aware of the gravity of the problem, consider this. One herbicide-resistant weed called blackgrass is costing the UK economy nearly £400 million each year. With healthier crops and a cleaner environment in mind, Luxeed is building a robot that uses a laser beam to kill more than 90% of the weeds with high precision to eliminate the problems caused by current traditional solutions. With its 6 patented features, our robot Ultron can pave the way for farmers to adopt organic farming and make organic crops affordable to consumers. Now, how does this innovation work? First, a camera scans the soil underneath. Then, the AI algorithm locates the weed's growth center, which is a point called the apical meristem. Then, these points are sent to the guidance system that moves the laser to the correct position to hit. And with its thermal effect, the laser inhibits the growth of the weeds. Luxeed will provide farmers with a weeding service and charge them per acre at the beginning of each weeding session. The model that will be used is similar to the way farmers are now managing weeds in order to encourage behavior shifting. After interviewing more than 20 farmers, we validated our market and we signed 6 letters of intent with onion farmers who are interested in the service, while 2 large-scale farmers are actually interested in buying the robot. We reach a product market fit on specific crops, and we started with onions for these 2 reasons. First, weeding in onion fields require extremely high precision, which the laser can deliver. And second, the weeding costs are the highest when compared to other crops. Of course, we want to scale to other crops like garlic, spinach, and romaine lettuce. Although Luxeed started in Lebanon, its innovative solution has the potential to expand to other markets like in Europe, especially that the most advanced laser competitors there haven't built yet a commercial product, and their technologies only work on carrots for now. By taking these 3 countries, Lebanon, the Netherlands, and the US, we have a total market size of $179 million, and that's for onions only. Of course, our competition is not only laser companies, but also all other robots and traditional solutions. Unlike herbicide spraying robots, Ultron can tap into the growing organic market, where the weeding pain points are even worse. And unlike these traditional methods like mechanical and hand weeding that needs to be combined with herbicides throughout the season, the robot replaces all post-planting methods into one solution that guarantees no losses when in use. Thus, the farmers profit with higher yields and an enhanced quality, and the service is hassle-free and much more affordable for organic farmers. Till now, we trained people to gather data, and they succeeded in taking more than 9,000 pictures from Lebanese onion fields to train our AI model. Then, we trained a whole team to label the plants in the pictures. Finally, the labeled pictures were then reviewed and corrected by an Italian agronomic doctor specialized in weeds. we also built connections with regional players that will offer us lands for testing. Now, we have a fully functional prototype ready to be deployed in the coming weeks on a farmer's onion lands for testing and R&D. Developing such a robot requires technical sophistication, and all of the co-founders with their engineering background have the ability to supervise and manage all the aspects of product development. For technical engineers that believed in our vision, were also attracted to the idea and were willing to put all the efforts required to transform it into a machine. With this passionate and hardworking team, we succeeded in building the blueprints of this prototype. And with our complementary skills, the three of us are able to successfully take Luxeed to the next level, despite all the challenges we faced during the past year in our country. Join us in our journey to make chemical spraying a thing of the past and organic crops a realizable future. Thank you.
Awesome. Great pitch, Georgie. Sorry for the slide deck. I was trying to maintain speed with you, but you're going fast. That's all right. So we're going to bring the next startup to the stage. So Mohammed from Twig, welcome to the stage. Mohammed, how's the weather over there right now?
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Hi, everyone.
Give me 1 second to tee up your slide deck, and then we'll get right into it. All right. So Mohammed, I'm gonna give you a countdown. You got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead.
Twig is a cooperative agriculture electronic platform that represents a marketplace to provide trusted landscape services and products, such as plants and garden accessories for home garden owners, and to provide maintenance for the hotel gardens. One summer day, when I was returning from traveling to my home, I was shocked by the shape of my garden. My garden was very destroyed. I was upset not only because of what happened to my garden, but because I made a deal with a farmer to take care of my garden once a week. But what happened there was no longer garden and no money. After that, I discovered that is not only my problem, but also it's a problem for my neighborhood. Many garden owners face the problem of accessing a professional and committed landscape technician. They also face the problem of accessing a source to supply agriculture suppliers. So they struggle with moving between plants nurseries and the high cost of transporting plants and supplies. And here is the role of Twig. Twig provide as a marketplace, provide connection between the two sides, and it's organized the relationship between them in order to remain a professional relationship. Twig provides online shop for products and supplies, so that the customer can compare the prices and qualities of the products. A network of more than 200 service providers for Jordan market, a continuous evaluation and reputation system to ensure the quality of the service when starting to grow and expand, so the user can choose the plants or garden supplies through the platform, mobile application and website easily, and request someone to provide landscape services for her or his. In the future, we plan to invest more in technology by building virtual reality, augmented reality technology to make the buying process easier and more fun. The owner of the garden can design her garden with her own hands by choosing plants and placing them in the places he or she wants. With the help of artificial intelligence, to advising the customer during the designing process. We have 3 sources of revenue: online shop, commission-based; maintenance contract, subscription, 6 months or 1 year, commission-based; designing and building garden from scratch. Our traction: we 173 service provider applied to provide the service with Twig, 250 services provider, 8 empower farmers, 35 farmers and engineers receive training from Twig, and we make around $34,000. It's 24,000 GD as a revenue, with a gross margin around 48%. And in the year of 2021, we get an investment from a large company in the field of the agriculture sectors. There are competitors who offer maintenance and landscape services, but without using technology. There are competitors who use technology, but offer multiple services in different fields. Twig filled the gap in the market by using advanced technology for the benefit of agriculture sector, specifically garden maintenance and landscape services, to make the operation more efficient in order to make it more affordable for the customer and more enjoyable to purchasing. In referring to the finance, we will make sales in 2021 around 200,000 JT, around 45% gross margin. In 2022, we plan to sell new services in the agriculture sectors and to reach around 500,000 of sales. I am Muhammad. I'm the founder and CEO, a marketing specialist. I am also the co-founder of a company, its name Healthy Choice, that provide healthy fast food. I work as a business skills coach trainer at Spark organization. I work as a digital marketing specialist as a freelancer. I have a social work diploma and bachelor degree in aeronautical engineer. Ayat is a co-founder, designer. She has 2 years of experience in this area, and she do the customer service in our company. She has agriculture engineering, a bachelor degree of agriculture engineering. Ali Rawaj, the co-founder, production officer, 7 years of experience in landscaping and retail in agriculture field. He has landscaping, he is a landscaping engineer. Twig partners, we get an investment from Muqdadi Group. AMC is a big company.
All right, your 5 minutes is up. Good job, Mohammed. That was a good pitch, a little bit too long, but that's all right. You were close to finishing. All right, guys. So now I'm going to bring up the final startup of the day before we get into the deliberation round. And we have Saad joining us. Saad, welcome to Pitch MENA Live.
Hello. Khaled will share his screen. My partner, Khaled.
Yeah, so I'm actually going to share it from my end. I can click through for you. And just every time you pause, we'll go to the next slide. Sound good?
Yes, he will share his screen to remote the presentation.
Yeah, is this good?
Yes.
Okay, beautiful. So I'll give you a 5-second countdown, and you can get right into it. So let's get off in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Saad, the floor.
Yes. 142,000 hectares irrigated agricultural land in Lebanon suffer from the problem of random irrigation and fatigue. This problem leads us to conduct a lot of research and to meet with many parties. And we find that the farmers suffer from wasting water, fertilizers, more labor, and storage in their produce. To dig deeper into this problem, we conduct another study on 5 hectares of irrigated agricultural land owned by Ibrahim Singh. And we find that Ibrahim lost their season more than $15,000. And also, the Lebanese potato farmers loses $11 million in exclusive costs yearly and $20 million in storage in their produce.
Hey, Saad, real quick. It's a little bit hard to hear you. Can you, I guess, talk a little bit closer to the mic?
Close the mic.
Yeah, that's perfect. We can hear you there. So hold on, you just muted yourself.
Yeah. So
Okay.
to solve, yes. So to solve Ibrahim Said problem and all farmers' problems, we create SmartLand. Through me, Saad Al Abbas, and my colleagues Khaled and Ahmed Al Abbas, three young men from the Lebanese agriculture background, decide to use our knowledge in service of our work. And by the helping of advisors, we invented eSoil. eSoil is a smart irrigation and fertigation system with a smart controller that controls the irrigation system according to the plant's needs and control the fertigation machine to fertigate in an accurate and easy way. Connected to a mobile app for monitoring and control. We start with the R&D of the system in 2019, and we just finished building the device, and we have started selling it by the cost of installation and with a monthly subscription fee. Now, we are creating a network that connects the importers of fertilizers, seeds, and irrigation equipment with the farmer. And we will charge a commission fee for every sales interaction that happens. And also, we will start gathering the information about the lands that have SmartLand connected to it. Till now, we sold two projects. The first one is installed in Mandara village, West Bekaa, and the other is installed in Marjayoun, South Lebanon. And after Ibrahim using SmartLand, Ibrahim will save more than $13,000 per season. And also, there are 9 farmers like Ibrahim who have showed interest in the system and signed agreement with us. And also, we built a demo house in order to be able to show the farmers our system, efficiency and effectiveness. And after the first prior art research, it became clear to us that we could register a patent in more than one aspect of the system. 150 billion hectare irrigated agriculture land between Lebanon and MENA, which create a market of $55 billion. 45% of these lands are cultivated for only one season, which create a market of $25 billion. We are the solution for these lands to be cultivated for more than one season. And also, as the garden market, which is $5 billion. $5 billion, yes. SmartLand differentiates from its competitor by automated irrigation according to the plant's needs, constant monitoring, and a mobile app. While in addition to that, it competes in the farming market by the smart and accurate fertigation. We have already invested in SmartLand more than $60,000, which allowed us to build our prototype and to build our mobile application and also to introduce more farmers to the system. Currently, we need $100,000 in order to be in order to have to finance our operation, to have an inventory with ready systems to meet the needs of the farmers, and also to build our community which connects the farmers to the suppliers, and also to start gathering information about the lands that SmartLand is used on. Join us in order to help the farmers to minimize their costs and maximize their profits. Thank you.
Great job, Saad. So we're going to now move on to the judge deliberation. Let me bring off the screen and bring the judges up here. So welcome Joy, welcome Simon, welcome Noah. So we're going to get started with some casual conversation, guys. So I know we had some trouble there with one or two of them with the slide decks. So there may be some questions regarding that. But Simon, you're the new judge out of the crop. So let us know, what did you think? Who was your favorite? And then we'll start chatting.
Sure. I'll just run through them. I like wine, so Neutralis sounded interesting. Be interesting to understand a little bit more on the process, how it works, a little bit more about the flower and what the end product is, whether it's the flower or they're going to actually be. What's that?
That was my question.
Yeah, or whether they're going to be actually making products, and then if so, why not just stop at flour? Why are you going to go through the process of figuring out what products need to be made, how to make them, etc. So that was my thoughts on Neutralis. I think Luxeed was pretty cool. I'd like to understand a little bit more from the deck on potential savings that would be offered, and if it's only applicable to organic farmers, or if there's an application to those that use herbicides, because obviously the whole point of herbicides is it's just so cost efficient to use chemicals, unfortunately. So that was that. Twig would have liked to know more on the marketing side, just it's a direct-to-consumer product, so CAC is going to be expensive there. And being a two-sided market, you need to fulfill both ends of the funnel. So I'd like to know a little bit more there. And then SmartLands, would just like to know a little bit more about the business model of that one. I don't know if we skipped through that slide, but would just like to understand more there.
Yeah, I think the slides I had, it might have been a little bit out of order, so we can revisit that through deliberation. It looks like we lost Noah, so we'll wait, I guess, for her to come back. But in the meantime, Yaki, I'm going to bring you to the stage, and then we can have a little bit of a conversation. Joy, did you have any comments before we do that?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I have a lot of comments, but what's interesting is Simon clearly has the same brain. Clearly, we're aligned because the questions he asked were basically what I wanted to know as well. So we were completely aligned. But yeah, I would love to talk to Yaki, actually. If we can bring him on. Can we bring him on?
Yeah, 100%. Yaki, welcome.
Back to the stage.
Yeah, you're the popular kid.
Yeah, you got the right girl, right? Because I'm a huge product. My investments are all in product. So you got the product girl. Look, I don't know, okay, you have this flour. I think that's very interesting. What's really interesting right now is coming from California is, gluten-free, gluten-free, keto-friendly. These are all the tag words. And I think I like the fact that you already exited, right? And I think the question that I wanted to ask you is, you exited how long ago? Like a year ago, 2 years ago, your past company?
My past company, I exited about 2 years ago, yes.
Okay, so you're a serial entrepreneur. You had a merger and acquisition deal, which I like.
I'm just an entrepreneur. When I bring the serious to other people. I'm just an entrepreneur.
No, I love entrepreneurs who exit. It's a learning curve. I think the biggest question I have is that what are these products? Because really what you're selling is the flour, right? So you have the flour, but what I really want to see is the product. Like if you were like, hey, I got this, candy bar and it's made from the flour. So your product has yet to be developed. Like you have the flour, but what is the product? Is it a candy bar? Is it like you're saying that you have all these use cases for the flour? I'd like to actually see the product, because are you selling the flour? Is that what your business is? Or are you interested in manufacturing these products?
Okay. So first of all, thank you for the question, Joy.
Yeah.
It depends on which stage the company is, and I'll just elaborate a little bit about it. We are turning the waste into a super flour, what we call, which that has about 25% proteins, 55% dietary fibers. Now, in order to introduce a new ingredient to the food industry, it's a long journey, and it costs quite a lot of money. And this is the first thing. The second thing is that at the first stage, or the first year of production, obviously we won't be able to produce huge amounts of the super flour. So turning to customers, consumers directly with the savory snacks will allow us to increase the revenue from a smaller amount of the super flour. Now, we choose the savory snacks products because it will emphasize the qualities of the superflower. The superflower on one hand is tasteless. On the other hand, it has highly nutritional values. Now, savory snacks, we all love them. They are delicious, but they are high in calories and no nutritional values. And by adding about 10 to 15% of Neutralis superflower to the savory snacks, we keep the same loved flavor and increase the nutritional values. So let's say it's a test case or a first pilot towards the later stage of introducing this superflower in a B2B model to the food industry.
So you're more a B2B. You're not interested in manufacturing product. You're interested in supplying this flour to companies to include it in their already manufactured products. Is that correct?
Yes, but
well, I think
the way to do it is just in a short phase to introduce the consumers the benefits of it.
Well, I think the proof is in the pudding. Like, this is something that, like, as an investor, I'd have to taste it. And I'd have to actually understand what the difference, because I'm a health nut. I'm a California girl. I'm from Northern California. Like, I measure everything. I look at the protein. I look at the fiber content. I'm like one of those crazy chicks who looks at everything I eat, right? So what's important to me is that I would want to see the actual uses of the flour, so I can say what is the difference between using gluten-free flour or using, almond flour. What is the nutritional differences involved? What's the flavor? You're telling me it has no flavor and it increases, the nutritional value, which is great, but I would need to physically see what that tastes like in a product and then see what the difference is of using other flours. So what I would like to see is a chart. This flour, this flour, this flour, this flour. We made the product with 5 different flours. This is using our flour, how much more you get. So I need a chart with the different flours so I can see why your flour is going to be something that this crazy California girl is going to be like, I have to have that protein bar because it's got your flour. See what I mean?
Thank you very much for that. If it wasn't COVID situation, you would be able to taste the products, but I accept, thank you.
Even a chart, like, whey powder, whatever, whey flour is this and this and this much fiber and this and that. So, I just want to see a chart of different, why yours,
So is the taste of all the flour the same regardless of what wine it came from?
Yeah.
So white, red.
Yeah, our process eliminates the taste. No, at the origin, this waste is very sour, very bitter, and it smells horrible. And our process just eliminates all those impurities from the substance and keep just the goodies at the substance, the dietary fibers, the proteins, and so on.
And can you talk a little bit, just at a high level, about the supply chain, how it works? So it goes from the winery to, I assume, some type of factory, and then what happens?
The winery, as for now, spent about $100 just to get the waste out of the winery. Now, our production model, or we built a system that enables us to perform the first production steps within the wineries already with existing machinery that wineries has. It means that at the end of the wine production process, we are able to enter with our process and continue just to produce our substance. And from that point, we'll take it to the next steps of production, including production of the final consumer products.
All right, guys. So just to make sure, real quick, just to make sure everyone has time, I guess, is this a quick question or an important question that you want to ask?
What is the cost of actually manufacturing this machine?
We don't have to manufacture any machine as much. potential, let's say the targeted cost will be about between $1.5 to $2.5
For what? Target of what? 1.5 to.
for the superflower.
No, I
Production.
mean the actual machine that costs to produce it. You're saying there is no, like, what is the actual machine that takes these wastes and actually creates the flour? What is the cost of that machine?
The cost of that machine, usually wineries it's a kind of filtration machines, and usually wineries has this machinery within the wineries.
So you don't have to make a machine. The wineries already have this machine?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, that'd be interesting. I would love to see that on your deck, because you gotta, it's hard to imagine, waste, the waste from the grapes turning into, like, I would love to see how you do this. Like, yeah.
I will be great. I will be very pleased to keep talking with you, but the deck is 5 minutes deck, so we have to cover a lot. And I'm glad for all these questions, because it shows that you have some interest, and it means that I transferred the messages quite clearly. But I have my email out there, so I will be glad to talk with you later on, including the numbers, the breakdown of the numbers, the breakdown of the finances, and so on.
Okay.
All right, great job, Yaki. And that was like a Goldilocks deck. You were spot on with that 5 minutes and 1 second. So great job. So we're going to move on to Georgie from Luxeed. Georgie, I want to bring up your video again, because I think it's super cool, and it shows a good view of the product right here. So Georgie, do you want to walk us through what's going on here?
I can't hear you. I can't hear you. What do you say?
You can't hear me? Oh, just walk us through what's going on here in the video.
Oh, so basically,
yeah, Georgie, there? Might have lost Georgie. I think Georgie is completely frozen.
it was just a prototype. It was just a live.
There he is. You said it was a prototype?
No, it was at this stage. It was a prototype. Yeah.
Got it. Go ahead, Joy.
My question is, I don't understand. How are you killing the weed? You said it laser, right?
There's a robot. Okay, there's a robot that passes in the field. Okay.
Yeah.
There's a camera that distinguishes between the crops and the weeds. We're starting with onions, since we need to prioritize the crops, and we decided to go with onions. So there's a camera that scans. There's the guidance systems that goes, and the laser that hits the weeds only.
How much does it cost?
Well, we're gonna provide the service at first, and that was your question. I think Simon. So basically, we're gonna start providing the service. So we say to the farmer, let us take care of your weeds this season, and he pays us as a competitive based pricing. So that he's paying technically as much as he used to pay for traditional methods, which are the herbicides and the hand weeding. So that's it mainly. And after that, we're gonna sell the robot, of course.
Yeah, but Georgie, you didn't answer my question. How much does this thing cost? And what kind of laser are you using? Are you using a fractal laser? I mean, what kind of laser sounds very sci-fi? What laser are you using? And how do you know that laser doesn't cause, I mean, this is something I would want to know, right? Because the FDA in the United States is going to want to know, you're shooting laser, genetically modified food and all the GMO stuff that goes on in the States. They're going to want to know, is this safe? Is this laser safe? Is it going to modify the food? Is it considered a GMO? Is it genetically? So that's what I want to know.
Okay, so that's what I was telling you at first, that we're not going to sell the robot for now. So we didn't yet decide on the price, because we're still validating our costs. We're still selecting the right laser. We're now currently testing the lasers, which are what? No, tell me.
You have no idea what this thing costs?
Yeah, we know. It actually costs around $10,000 to $15,000, but we don't know yet, because it depends on the laser we're gonna select. You see, And regarding the lasers, we're testing like 2 to 3 lasers to see which one takes the less time with better efficiency. There are research papers that we've taken, that helped us in order to know how to select the right laser with the right science behind it, and it won't hit people because there will be an alarming system, and no fire can happen in the fields.
Well, Georgie, I think my question is how, this is like, you have the product, but you haven't tried it. You don't have proof of concept yet, correct?
We're actually testing it right now in the
Okay.
fields, and then we're gonna do the case study to see what's the quality, how much we can improve on the quality. That's why we decided to start with the competitive based pricing, and then we're gonna switch to value based pricing according to what will happen in the case study.
Is there a error rate that you're aware of? So you're using AI, right? So is there an error rate of identifying what's a weed, what's not?
Yeah, that's true. And the more we give the algorithm pictures, the more the accuracy increases.
Okay. And so from the business model perspective, are you saving farmers money, or are you enabling them to say it's going to cost you the same, but you're now organic and it's saving you time because it's a robot doing it and you're just sitting around watching it?
Okay, so when they use traditional solutions, the herbicides and the hand weeding, they have a lot of losses, so they can lose up to 60% maybe. So that's a major problem, and it's even it's a hassle for the farmers. It burdens them a lot during the season. So what we're doing is just like telling them, we're gonna take care of your weeds and enhance the quality of your soil, of everything, because when you use herbicides, it doesn't just affect the crops, it even affects the soil, and uh, it even affects us as humans.
Yep.
Yeah.
Georgie,
Yeah.
first you had a great pitch, but what I've missed is a bit information about your competitors or the competitive landscape. If you can briefly tell us about it.
Sure. So there's mainly 2 companies, direct competitors, that are working on this laser technology in Europe. One based in Austria and one in Germany, and both are targeting carrots at first. So we're targeting onions, but they don't still have. They're not yet in the market. So we're still at the same kind of level till now. There's
So it's a race.
active
It's a race.
robot in the fields. Yeah.
Okay. Good luck.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, awesome. Thank you so much, Georgia. You did a great job with those questions. Now we're going to bring up Mohammed to the stage. Mohammed from Twig, welcome.
Hi.
Great job on your pitch as well. Any questions off the bat from the judges for Mohammed?
Can you talk a little bit about how you're planning on onboarding customers? Like, what's your marketing strategy?
Yeah, okay. We now working on make more users to use our websites and as service seekers for their gardens. After that, we offer a plants or accessories for their gardens. And, sometimes we do the opposite of that. We sell the plants in low in cost. We offer a plants in low cost. After that, we get more customers by pet and hook technique. But for now, we are building a good relationship with our suppliers in Jordan, here in Jordan. We working on that. So our scalability strategy is starting in this year, because now we have a very good partnership with a big company named ANC Maqdadi. It's main providers for the company for seeds and plants and so on. and they own 33% of Twig.
Did you say 33?
Yeah, 33.
What?
You said 33%, right?
33%, yes.
Okay, so you're actually making money, right? You have proof of concept, you have customers, right? You have, so you already did. But I see this, like as a CMO, Simon asked the question that I would ask. I don't see a clear strategy for marketing because this is a customer acquisition play, right? It's both sides. It's corners, and it's both sides. It's like customers, and so I'm not, it's like a chicken and egg thing. So the huge part of your business is customer acquisition. So you need a very powerful CMO or marketing director who's going to be able. So how are you getting customers? I know Simon was acting up, but I'm not really clear on how you're getting customers. I do like that you're profitable because now you have proof of concept, right? But I see it more as a marketplace. I don't see it as a tech play. I see it as a marketplace.
Okay, we are a marketplace. We get customers from our digital marketing activities. We have two strategies. The one is a long strategy to get more customers for the marketplace or more users, and to connect between the service seekers and the service providers. In the short-term strategy, we get a big like projects to generate money. So we do it in our own team. We provide the service, but just for the this period of time to generate more money. But in the future, we work on increase the number of users in our websites, and we now developing the applications, and we do all of that by using the marketing, the digital marketing activities, as I mentioned.
Okay, but as a chief marketing officer, if you tell me you're using digital marketing, I cringe because that's 1995. Digital marketing is throwing a net in the ocean with investor money, hoping to catch some fish. And then you got lifetime value, ROI. It's a nightmare. There's got to be something, because as an investor, I don't want to give you money to get me customers, right? That's not, it's called pay to play. I don't want to pay to play. So do you have any other way other than paying for digital marketing, which is 1995?
Yes, actually we work in different channels, not just digital marketing, but the main is digital marketing. We use techniques like bait and hook techniques to get more customers, as I mentioned.
So Mohammed, my advice to you is that you need to invest in a serious marketing strategy.
Yeah.
Because your business is heavy. It's not business development. You're a heavy marketing.
Yeah.
And Mohammed, whenever you get marketing advice from the marketing queen herself, it's highly advised to consider it.
Because it's such a you're so dependent on being able to bring on consumers, and that's usually the most expensive marketing activity, as opposed to B2B. It's a longer sales cycle, but once you get a few, you're good to go. So you need to have, and I think you just need to. I think it's in your mind. You just need to be able to eloquently discuss an iterative marketing approach where you're going to try out certain strategies, double down on the ones that work, cut the ones that don't. Because as Joy said, you're using investor money to basically just throw it out into the market and hope users come on board. So you need to convince us that you have a succinct strategy of doing so, and you're not just throwing good money after bad.
Yeah. Okay, I want to mention something.
Good, Mohammed. You have proof of concept. I mean, you're the only one so far who has proof of concept and who has a minimum viable product that's generating money. How much money did you say you made so far? Because you've been operating. I think you said you've been operating for how long? Have that down there?
Yes, we make around $34,000 in 2019 and 2020. because of the pandemic, we closed, but now we return to the market. I want to actually mention something. Now with our partnership, we get more referral from the companies to our companies as a customer refer from another companies as a partnership between us. Like the nurseries, they now refer to us a lot of customers actually. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, awesome. Great job. So Mohammed, we're going to move on to Assad to make sure everyone has time, but good job with the deliberation. Assad, I'm going to bring you to the stage, so make sure you unmute yourself and turn on your video. Assad, I know we kind of clicked through quickly on your deck. Were there any slides that you wanted to revisit or didn't get to cover?
Saad, you might want to, because I can just tell you as one of the sharks, I have absolutely no idea what you do.
Me too, by the way.
So you might want to, you might want to go over that, because clearly your value proposition was completely blurred.
Yeah.
So maybe you can quickly explain the solution that you developed.
We are building an automated irrigation system that controls the irrigation system to irrigate the plants according to its needs, and to fertigate in an accurate and easy way through a fertigation machine, and using a mobile app to control and monitor soil.
I still don't understand that.
So I heard an automated irrigation machine that uses a mobile app. And what was that side? What does the mobile app connect to it?
Sorry, I don't hear. Can you repeat, please?
So,
how does the mobile app connect to the automated irrigation?
Yeah, the mobile app connected to the main control. That the main control controls the irrigation and fertigation, and the mobile app connected through the internet to the main control. That's cleaning the irrigation and fertigation things in the mobile app, so we can control and monitor through it.
So do you understand at this point how much water you're saving and how much money you're saving farmers through this technology?
Yes. Firstly, we save around 31% of the using water, around 25% of the fertilizers used, and also the labor, the workers, I mean.
And
Do you hear me?
Yeah. And then from a business model perspective, so I apologize if I missed this earlier. So is this a subscription model that farmers pay into?
About the business model. Business model is to sell the irrigation system by a small profit in the equipment, and also by a monthly subscription, and by the commission for every sales interaction that happens between the farmers and that connects the farmers to the suppliers.
Okay, good. So
you're
actually selling and installing a irrigation system, and then have the technology connected to it to actually control it via an app.
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you. We can hear you. Yes, did you hear his question?
I don't think so.
Saad, are you there with us? Yeah, we can hear you, Saad. Did you hear Simon's question? All right, maybe we're just having some bad internet connection today. That's fine. Why don't we do this? Why don't we move on to the first certification? We'll have each of you tell us who you think won. If there's not a definitive winner, we'll go back to the deliberation phase. But Simon, kick us off. Who do you certify today?
Sorry.
I'm a bit split between. I think Neutralis for me, but with a close second of Twig. And what kind of sparked my interest on Twig is that I don't know if you guys are familiar with Houzz, Houzz, in the US.
Yeah.
But they've kind of grown from just like getting ideas of how to design your apartment or house to actually selling furniture and then connecting with contractors and designers, et cetera. Just kept growing. I just am not convinced from a marketing perspective that they have their ducks in a row of how they're going to bring users on. And then for Neutralis, I think Joy talked about it, but just the track record from the founder there kind of put them over the edge for me.
Awesome. And Noah, I know you got to hop on another call. What are your thoughts? Who do you certify?
I would go with Neutralis. But I have some question about as well the competitive landscape and who they compete with.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't have the time to ask. Maybe I'll catch up with him later, but this is my
Awesome. Thank you so much. And then Joy, final certification.
So I'm in the same boat as, you know, I love the idea of the flower, but I didn't understand. Like, you know, he's like, yeah, they already have the machine to make the flower. Like, what? You mean the wineries already have machines to make flowers? Like, what? Like, this is amazing. But like, I didn't feel like that was explained enough because talking about getting flour from the waste, but she didn't really explain how you're going to do it. And then because that's the main thing, right? You're making flour from waste. You didn't tell me how. You just said they already have the machines. So I'm like, wait, they already have the machines. So for that reason, I mean, look, I think out of all of them, I mean, as somebody who built the company, right? I like minimal viable product. I like proof of concept, and I like revenue. So for me, you know, I would go with Twig. Am I in love with their marketing as a CMO? I cringe, but they make money, and they have some proof of concept where everything else is still, you know.
All right, well, that's 2 for Yaki, 1 for Twig. So that means Yaki, bring you to the stage. Congratulations on winning today.
Thank you. It's very
Give
exciting.
Give us a speech.
Well, I didn't prepare any speech, so I would just say whatever on my heart. Thank you all judges for the comments. Obviously, I can elaborate much more about how we do what we do within the wineries, and we'll be glad to. Thank you very much for your confidence, and I hope that more and more startups will join in turning some unused substance to turn it into a more valuable substance. This is a very important issue for me and for us all to use the resources that we have in hand and to feed the world in 2050 or 2060. And we have a lot of resources that we are not using it in its valuable substance. So this is my personal mission, to turn waste into a usable and highly valuable substance. And Joy, I would be glad to explain the process, every single part of the process, every single part of the breakdown of the costs and the revenue, everything.
I would love
Thank
to.
you.
Thanks, guys.
All right, awesome. And for all of you that are just tuning in, you're watching Pitch MENA Live. This is a 16 startup pitch competition. This was the last of the first round of the competition. Tune in next week when we have 5 startups, 4 from the 4 that have won each episode, and then 1 fan favorite, which we'll be voting for on Sunday night. Drop in your email at ecosystemarabia.tv to make sure that you secure your spot for next Thursday and the following Tuesday when we have our interactive virtual summit. But thank you all for tuning in today.